What up? We're gonna talk about how to get away. I don't know what that was. With murder. Very briefly, very quickly. And I'm also gonna drive home because, girl, didn't nobody tell you to go that far down? I'm gonna drive home because I need to be there. I needed to have been there, and I'm not there. And that ain't good. Anyway, Bald Bottom is over at Old Nate's house. Old Nate and Granddaddy Nate are not the same. Old Nate is just Nate. He and his daddy look like they're the same age in the face, and I cannot, and I won't. I just simply won't. Like, that's just what it is. Anyway, she at his house, and she just trying to figure out, why would you ruin my life like this? Like, whose idea? Who told you? Like, we're not even close enough for you to ruin my life in person. You had to send Annalise. Or as I am now calling her, Ann. It takes too long to say Annalise. It takes too long. You had to send Ann over to my house with your foolishness. I need to know why. I need to know why. And he was, I just thought I was helping. Oh, nigga. Well, she can't say it, but I say it for you, Bald Bottom. Nigga. You don't know me well enough to think you helping. You don't know me well enough. We not on them kind of terms. I know we done been through a couple murders together or whatever, but you don't know me like that. It was disrespectful. It was rude. And why are you pulling out in front of me, girl? Because I'm not about to stop. So, tried it. And you too. Both of y'all niggas tried it. Anyway, so he just thought he was helping or whatever. She like, girl, I'm going home. I'm finna take me one of the best depression naps I have ever taken. She looked like she was finna have a good depression nap, honey. I love me one. I love a good, ooh. Depression naps be hitting the spot. Like, a nap is cute. A nap is cute. You go to sleep in the middle of whatever you supposed to be doing or whatever. It's fine. I love a nap. But a depression nap, I can't fight them at all. Them mugs just be sneaking up on me. I be sleeping. I don't know I'm asleep. And I be sleeping good and hard. Drooling. Yes, Lord. That's the one good thing I can enjoy about depression is them naps be hitting. Do you hear me? She hear me. Over to the right. she listening. Anyway, so we back in court with Granddaddy Nate, and they pull old Nate up to the stand, and they like, hey, so do you remember writing this letter to your daddy's parole board back when you was 14 about him not getting out? You ain't want him to get out of the jail. I'ma read it. I won't actually. You read it to us, and he read it. It's like, dear parole board, don't let my daddy out of jail. He crazy. I feel safer with him in the jail. And he like, I don't remember writing that. So apparently 14 is just too young to remember stuff. I remember 14. I remember it. I remember if I would have wrote a letter asking them not to let my dad out of jail, I would have remembered something like that. So he up there on the stand talking about, I don't remember. Girl, okay. In the meantime, I can't stand Asher. He and Michaela still doing whatever they doing. Their chemistry is terrible. First of all, Asher, the actor, I can't think of his name right now, but he was better on Orange is the New Black. He was way better on Orange is the New Black. I don't know if he ever came back, but last I saw he was missing. And he was good on there. But on How to Get Away with Murder, he doesn't have chemistry with anybody. Not genuine chemistry. It's all hokey and corny, and he can't. None of the scenes are serious, and if he has a semi-serious scene, it's off. Like, kill him off the show. He white. He'll find another show to be on. Like The Ghetto. Kill him. You can kill Connor because he get on my nerves, always whining. Like, what's the word that I only hear in Shonda Rhimes Productions that I've never heard anywhere else, but I've heard it on Scandal, Grey's Anatomy, and How to Get Away with Murder. What's the word, Lord? Baby. Bitch baby. Connor's a bitch baby. I've literally never heard that word used. And I've heard some colorful language in my day. But I've never heard that used anywhere outside of Shondaland. Anyway, kill the white people on the show, except for Ball Bottom. She cool, she fine with me. We can keep her. And honestly, Laurel, I know she not white, but she like half white, because French is white. I don't care. Kill her too, because she worrisome, and she pushing up on Ball Bottom's beautiful baby boy. She's pushing up on Ball Bottom's beautiful baby boy, and I don't. Girl, what the hell? Why would you stop to turn? Hate when these niggas stop to turn at the lights. At the lights, especially. The light's green, girl. You don't have to stop at all. There's no stopping to be done. And if you're turning, all you got to do is put on your turn signal and make the turn. Girls, I can't. Anyway, so Ball Bottom meets up with her man, you know, the DA guy. I don't know his name, and I really don't care. He don't interest me at all. But they meet up, and because she been sick, she been sick. She been missing work, and she been avoiding phone calls and conversations and all sorts of to-dos. So he came by the house. Frank answered the door, and he was like, "Is Bonnie here?" And he was like, "Well, she's sick. That's why she been missing work. She already told you she was sick. Didn't you heard her when she told you?" But they meet up a little later, and Ball Bottom tells him, you know, all her life story about the daddy and the sister and the molestation and the baby and the, you know, everything. And you know, he was like, all right. He was just like, you know, everybody got they stuff. This your stuff. Whatever. Like, he was real nonchalant about it, which is how I'm assuming most regular decent people would be. But Ball Bottom don't come across a lot of regular and decent people, so she don't know. but most people would be like, girl, that ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with me and you. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Had to put it in my throat, because that's how Keely Williams sang it. Getting thick and tired of your broken promise. That's a bob. 3LW was that group for a minute. Okay, I don't know why on God's heavenly earth you're driving so slow, but I, EYE, I have places to be, and I, EYE, I don't have time for it. Anyway, girl, so Bonnie goes over to the sister house, and the sister opened the door, but it ain't Bonnie on the other side of the door. And I'm like, but she had said when she was talking to her man about what had done happened, she said that her sister was a year older than her. And I'm saying here, like, so when Nate showed the woman down to the hospital, the you know, the terminally ill nurse that was at the hospital the night that Bonnie Ball Bottom's beautiful baby boy had got kidnapped. When Nate showed her that picture of Bonnie, she said, that's the girl. When Nate showed Annalise the very same picture of Bonnie, we all looked at that picture. It was Bonnie with a brown wig on. It was supposed to have been her hair before, you know, her waiting to exhale transition. Annalise looked at the picture of Bonnie and said, this ain't Bonnie, this Bonnie's sister. So now all of a sudden Bonnie's sister ain't her twin. Shondaland. Because I know Shonda I don't think she, hey, okay, Lord. I don't think she writes on this show. But Shondaland, this ain't it. This is not it, girl. So I forgot to mention it all throughout the case, all throughout the episode, they're trying to figure out how Annalise lost the case, and then we find out that she didn't lose the case. And I'm just like, girl, again, this ain't it. Like, I don't have time for these games, this trickery, this chicanery. I don't have time. EYE, my nose don't have time either. So Laurel, did I say she was pushing up on the boy, the black boy? And I'm just like, okay, so what? We making Laurel all of a sudden have a fetish for black boys? Because when we were introduced to Laurel, she was in love with Frank. So in love with Frank that she just couldn't see, breathe, eat, sleep. She was just, it was all Frank all the time. Then, all of a sudden, and this is where Shondaland be losing me, all of a sudden she was so in love with Wes. So in love with Wes. And also about to have his baby. Now she done had this baby. The baby ain't even a full year old. And now she pushing up on Bonnie Ballbottom's beautiful baby boy. I just don't have, I don't care about Laurel. That's the thing. When Laurel and Wes got together, I stopped caring about Wes. So when he died, it was just like, oh, well, real. But I stopped caring about Wes. It was just like, girl, I don't care about Laurel, and anything she touches is worrisome to me. Christopher is fine, because Christopher is a baby. But everybody else, I don't care. When I see Annalise talking to Laurel, I don't care. When I see Black Lady Updo talking to Laurel, I don't care. When I see Michaela, Connor, Oliver, Frank, the construction worker on the street talking to Laurel, I do not care. When I saw the storyline with her mom and daddy, I ain't care. When I saw Dominic get murdered, I ain't care. I don't care. I don't care. And everybody else I talk to about this show also don't care. So why are they pushing Laurel on us so heavily? Because what they really could have done is, instead of pushing Laurel on us, because when the show first started, we all liked Michaela. They could have pushed Michaela on us in a non-aggravating way, because they had a good little storyline. Lynn Whitfield was a mama, her soon-to-be mother-in-law, and she had the white mama. She grew up in the swamp, and that would have been interesting to see, how that developed. But no, you had to go on and put her with the quirky, ugly, on my nerves white boy Asher. Of all the people, I would have rather Michaela get with Laurel. And I can't stand Laurel. But when I say I can't stand Asher, when I see him on the screen, I want to vomit or pee like this woman is doing on the side of the road here. Which, girl, broad daylight. We can all see you. Anyway, girl, so they trying to figure out how they could have won the case, and everybody, Connor's mad at Gabriel because Connor is a bitch baby. it's just what it is. Laurel knows that Frank is watching Bonnie Ballbottom's beautiful baby boy. I don't care. They actually end up winning Granddaddy Nate's case. Praise the Lord. And they won because she decided to go with her gut instead of going with the class, because the class agreed that she needed to try for a mistrial, and that was Connor's idea. And Annalise had to go and pat Connor on the back and say, it was a good idea, it just wasn't the idea for me. And Connor's like, well, that was Gabe's idea. And she was like, girl, look, I don't have time for your games. Stop this foolishness. I know it was your idea. Good job, Connor. Good job. Oh, I can't stand these kids. Jesus Christ. I can't stand these kids. If I could just watch not Michaela. No. I have misspoken. If I could watch Black Lady Updo, okay, Arkansas Department of Correction, you need to slow down. You trying to kill the inmates? Jeez. Ghetto. Anyway. If I could see Black Lady Updo, Annalise, maybe a little piece of Ballbottom every now and then, and bring back the president of the college, Lauren Velez. What was her name? Soroyan or something? I feel like that wasn't it. Bring her bike and just have a show based on Black Lady Updo and Annalise defeating cases and going out salsa dancing. I would love. But this foolishness here, this mess they got going on, and we still don't know who got murdered or why they may have gotten murdered. Like, it's just this dead person looming over this half of the season. Like, girl, we ain't nobody beefing enough to kill nobody. I just am tired. They giving us far too much backstory. The seasons prior have given us this who dead, and now we gonna go into the backstory. But now they just giving us somebody dead. Y'all will figure it out after a while. And the backstory, we'll give you a bunch of backstory that doesn't seem related to anything in any way at all. It's tiresome, and I've had it. What I miss? Anything? So, in the future, while somebody was dead, you know, we see, you know, last week we saw they were calling for Oliver, and Connor goes out and he's giving, you know, has anybody seen my husband? They out in the parking lot, everybody hollering for Oliver. Oliver, hey Oliver. For some reason, Connor's mama and Asher didn't hear Connor yelling for Oliver just a mere few feet away. A few feet away, they just can't hear. And you hear, you know, Connor going, Oliver, Oliver, and then you see Asher jump up from under Connor mama's skirt. And I'm like, y'all didn't hear this boy calling for his man? You don't know your son's voice, and you don't know that somebody is out in this parking lot looking for you. Ah! I want to cuss so bad. I've already said the B word far too many times. I want to say some other words, but my mama's watching. She's watching. My mama friends and them sometimes pop in and see what's going on. I just, oh Jesus, this show is on my nerve. It's on my. I promise the only reason I'm holding on is because Black Lady Abdu comes through every time with a mean outfit and gives me what I need. She comes in looking sickening and giving me looks. My daddy calling. I'll call y'all later. Peace.